Hi, I'm Perry Black right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Don't turn that channel. Eric Gilmore with Immerse is with us, and he has a tremendous testimony of how God is impacting lives right here in Central Arkansas. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. We have a very special guest on this program, Eric Gilmore with Immerse. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Now, what some people may not know is that we actually know each other really well.
Super close.
Super close. The ranch opened in December of 2005, and you and your wife were some of our very first house parents. Mm-hmm. You guys served there for about a year and a half?
Yeah, I think we got close to 2 years. Yeah. We came, I think it was February of 2006.
Yeah, right after we opened. Yeah. We opened December of 2005, and you, the Fortners, you and your wife, and the Whalens were our very first house parents. And so y'all helped us really get things moving. And so let me just talk to you a little bit about you. Tell me your wife's name.
My wife is Kara.
Kara, y'all been married for how long?
Oh, let's see. We got married in 2003. So
okay, let's do some math.
Yeah, coming up on 17
do you know
years.
What day? Do you know what day you got married?
December 20th.
So, oh gosh, we're about to have an anniversary coming up here pretty soon.
Right.
And so you guys served at the ranch for a while. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Indiana.
Yeah.
Just northeast side of Indianapolis.
Graduate high school in Indiana?
I did. Yep.
How did you make your way to Arkansas?
Well, I went to school in Ohio, Cedarville, for college.
Okay.
And met Kara there.
There you go.
Yep. And she's from down here.
I figured it, yeah. See, I tell people I know you, but I didn't really know that about you, but I knew there had to be a connection.
Yeah. But we lived outside of Dayton for a couple years, and Kara was a caseworker for the county there. And she quickly got a caseload of teens in foster care. Okay. Kept learning more. And
well, how old was she at the time when she was a caseworker?
22, maybe. Yeah.
So she majored in college in sociology or something?
Social work.
Social work.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be my major at Jonesboro, Arkansas State University, right before I got saved. Of course, in that generation, everybody in my generation in the 70s, we were all social worker majors, all of us, because we wanted to change the world. And of course, then in October of '72 is when I got born again. So, what was your major in college?
Missiology.
It was what?
Missiology.
What is that?
It's the study of missions.
Oh, okay.
So I thought for sure I was going to be overseas somewhere
as a
doing
missionary.
mission work. Yeah.
I got saved. That's what I wanted to do, because I got saved in Germany. I wanted to be a missionary. And isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So you met Kara, and somehow God used that to, we would say, focus you more directly on His calling.
Right. It's a good way to put it. The more we learned about kids in foster care, the more we wanted to do. And so we started looking for a group home to be house parents at up there in Ohio. Yeah. And about that time, Julie Whalen called Kara, said, "You're not going to believe it, what we're doing, Mike and our house parents, at this new group home. Yeah. I heard you guys are thinking about it. You should just come down here and let's do this together."
So the Whalens were responsible for y'all finding us.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be able to send them a thank you note.
Yeah.
I knew y'all were friends, but I didn't know that was the connection. I didn't realize y'all were up north.
Yeah. Kara and Julie kind of grew up together. They had been friends for a long time, and the families have been close.
Yeah. And where are they now?
They're here in Little Rock. Julie's a therapist and Mike's a firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're doing good.
And Kara, what does Kara do?
Kara's, now we've got 4 kids of our own. So Kara...
Now wait a minute. Y'all have 4 children?
Yeah.
Of your own?
Yeah.
Y'all had no children.
Right.
When you were at the ranch.
Yeah.
So I guess the ranch said, this family thing is so awesome, y'all should just do it on your own.
Right. Thought I said, kids are good. We need kids.
How old is your oldest child?
He just turned 11.
And your youngest?
Is 4.
Golly, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what does she do professionally?
She's a social worker, but she right now is a stay-at-home mom and
Domestic
Stays
engineer?
Plenty busy, yeah.
How does she help you in your ministry at Immerse?
Well, so, kind of similar to the ranch. We've got houses and we have apartments, but we're right there in Little Rock. And so our house is just a couple doors from a few different houses where we've got young people that we're serving. So they'll come over for dinner, or she'll mentor them or do Bible studies.
Tell me a little bit about Immerse. Immerse has been around for how long now? We got a couple of minutes.
Sure. We got started in 2010 is when we opened the doors.
So you're all about to celebrate 10 years.
Yeah.
And what age group do you primarily focus on?
Focus on that 14 to 24 window.
And can you tell me kind of the organizational structure about each home?
Yeah. There's...
Has it had foster parents? Resident assistants?
Resident assistants, yeah. So now it's kind of, the big goal is we want to see youth from crisis transform into overcomers. And so now we started out with just a housing program. We have that now, and that's growing and stronger. Now we've got a youth center, and we do some outreach looking for youth. So
where's that located, your youth center?
On Asher in Little Rock, just right there east of UALR.
East of Asher Avenue, then?
It's on Asher. If you can imagine that area, there's Jazzy's nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know right where that is.
I know all about Asher at University. I lived at the Methodist home, so that was right by ULR.
Yeah,
so.
Right there on Fillmore.
Yeah.
So it's right there at Asher and Fair Park. If you can.
Asher and Fair Park, I know that area very well.
There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yes, on the corner.
And then we've got a little admin building, and then we've got a larger metal building there that's our center.
I think the previous owner of that of the metal building was a friend of mine from high school.
Really?
We'll talk more about that and find out.
Okay.
So that's where your youth center is.
Mm-hmm.
Is that open to the youth of the community throughout the week?
Yeah. Yep. Our target is, we say, youth from crisis. So it's typically young people aging out of foster care. Maybe they've run away. Maybe they're homeless, trafficking victims.
So they get to live there.
The center's just a center.
Okay.
But they can get all kinds of different kinds of help.
Good.
And then from there get into our housing program or get help with housing in other ways.
Okay, that's really deep. So we want to take a moment. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back and learn more about Immerse with Eric Gilmore. Have you ever considered a Christian education for your child? Then you should check out Arkansas Christian Academy, Saline County's fully accredited premier Christian school at an affordable family rate. Students have opportunities to excel in academics, athletics, fine arts, and technology. And through our dual enrollment program, high school students can even achieve an associate's degree prior to graduation. Visit us at arkansaschristianacademy.org.
Hi, I'm Zachary Clay. This is my wife, Chelsey Clay, and we are foster parents with Second Chance Youth Ranch here in Saline County, Arkansas. And we just want to take a minute to express to you the importance of becoming involved in foster care. I grew up a little bit in foster care, and my wife, she had a troubled childhood, and we just have so many similarities with these kids and the struggle that they go with, and so we can really connect with them. And what is great about working here at the ranch is that the experiences you have had in life can connect with these children also. We're looking to make an impact for them. Second Chance Youth Ranch is unlike any foster care home that I've ever been in my whole life. That we have therapeutical specialists, we have educational specialists. It's just, they have the whole works here. It's a phenomenal place to work at, to live at, and we would just love to be able to answer any questions you might have if you are interested in getting involved in either adoption or foster care, or maybe you even have a family member whose child is having to be placed in the system and you're wanting to take care of them. We can help you answer those questions, walk you through the process. We know what it's like to be there.
So contact us at Second Chance Ranch.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our special guest, Eric Gilmore, some of you recognize from television with Immerse. Is it called Immerse Ministries? Are you guys a religious nonprofit, or are you a public benefit charity? 501c3.
Yeah, we'll claim both of those.
Well, you mentioned a couple of times youth in crisis. So first thing that went through my head when you said that was youth in crisis to youth in Christ. Is that really the underlying goal, is to help them in crisis and introduce them to Christ himself?
Yeah, for sure. You know, we want to see healing, we want to see breakthrough, we want to see transformation. And at the end of the day, that is all bound up in the work of Jesus.
So tell me a little bit more about Immerse. I'm trying to get my brain around exactly what you do, because y'all have homes where young people in crisis, 14 to 24, live. Do you have homes, are the resident assistants, they're not really foster parents.
Right.
But if a student is 14 or 15, are they there with an older sibling or a mom or a dad? How's that work?
Yeah, if they're that age, they've likely run away from home.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna work with them, work with the family, work with any authorities that we need to make sure that they're safe.
And the resident assistants just make sure that the house is stable?
Right, yeah.
How many would typically be in one of your homes, in one of your houses?
1 RA with 3 young people.
Okay.
Yeah. So just some context to think about how we think about it is kind of there's a spectrum of support. There's some things we do that are really just about protecting young people and making sure they've got a place to stay immediately. Then the center is really about inspiring those young people and helping them to connect to the community. There's a lot of mentoring that goes on, a lot of activities. And that housing program called Life Base is really about equipping them and empowering them. So there's going to be young people that they're just going to be around long enough to get some protection and some safety. Some that are going to find a place to belong and connect, and then some that are going to get this long-term support in our housing program.
All right, so the youth center itself, is it open? I asked this earlier, but is it open to the community?
It's open to any young person
any
that
young
walks
person in the
up.
community that wants to come in, and what do y'all do there in the youth center?
Yeah, well, we're going to get to know them, get
Are y'all
to know their
shooting basketball?
story. Right. There's pool and ping pong, that kind of thing. Yeah. But really, first and foremost, it's a place to, we want them to feel like we've thought of them, that we are expecting them, and then we've got coaches that will sit down, help understand their needs and their goals.
Are those coaches volunteers?
They're staff. They're
Staff
part of our
members.
team.
How old are they? Most of your staff
Our
members
team,
at this center.
you know, the bulk are going to be in their 20s and
College
early 30s.
age, college students.
20s to 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're on staff, and they're there to welcome students. When a student shows up, it just walks in the doors. Somebody's there to meet them and greet them.
Right.
Ask them what's going on. Do y'all provide counseling, therapeutic counseling, or just mentoring?
Both. You know, we have counselors and therapists on staff. You've probably seen sometimes young people at this age group, especially if they've been in a bunch of different programs, they don't necessarily want to sit down and do therapy.
Yeah, for sure.
But they need
More
somebody.
like a play therapy.
Yeah, for an older team. They need somebody that knows those things and has that approach that can do therapy without it feeling like therapy.
Youth Center open Monday through Friday, Sunday through Sunday?
We prior to COVID, we were open 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. With COVID, we've pulled back, and it's just, I think, 5 days a week right now, plus appointments, plus on call. So anytime a young person calls and needs help, our coaches are going to go to them.
Crisis intervention. So some of the coaches would actually go to where the young person's at, rather than them having to walk to the center.
Right.
What about some of your houses? Do they all come to the center for activities?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many young people do you currently have in your oversight?
At any given time, we're serving somewhere between 60 and 70 young people who typically have 10 to 15 babies among them.
All right, you want to expand on that real quick?
Well, with just some of the young people we serve, they're parenting. They've had children, or they're pregnant, they're
Teen
expecting.
parents.
Yep.
And they need parenting skills.
Right.
What about all the people that are watching that need parenting skills and they're married?
Yeah.
You provide any of that?
I'm familiar with that for myself, right? Yeah.
You would think you and Kara with 4 kids would have a few qualifications there. So you have you have 60 to 70 young people that y'all minister to on an ongoing basis. Are they young people that live in your homes, or some are in the homes and some are in the community? Can you get a demographic breakdown on that?
Yeah, the housing program has capacity for 30 at any given time. So the rest of those young people, They can be, they might be living at home, they might be couch surfing, staying with a friend, they might be staying at a shelter, but still getting support through the center.
Well, speaking of support, where do you guys at Immerse get your support?
Yeah.
Number one question, how do y'all do that?
Yeah, sure. Well, you can imagine, and I'm sure you know, it happens primarily through the generosity of individuals. Yeah. And so people, churches, businesses, we do get help from the federal government through some grants and
Not
some
enough,
foundations, of course.
I can tell everybody's watching, oh, you get government support, but it's never enough.
Right.
We have 1 minute, so let's talk about this support thing. It's not enough support, but you really hit on the head, and that's through individuals in generosity,
right,
who believe that you can take youth from crisis,
right,
youth to Christ, and then build upon that foundation where they can experience their true destiny in the Lord.
Right.
God has a plan for people.
Right.
What would you say to anybody that's watching as far as that maybe they want to drop by and contact you guys or drop by the youth center? Do y'all need volunteers?
We do, yeah. It's a people thing. This happens through relationships.
Yeah.
So we need mentors, we need people to prepare meals and get involved in a whole bunch of different ways.
You don't have to give big checks. We love big checks, but serving is such an essential part of impacting our generation.
Right.
We're going to take a brief break and pray that you will pray about how you can get involved and engaged in changing the world.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
I was in and out of foster care all the way up to the age 8, I guess. My mom had abandoned me. There was a point in time where I was going to be adopted, but I decided not to. I made up an excuse, but my real excuse was I thought my mom was coming back for me, but she never did.
When I was 12 years old, a specific incident happened with my mother, and out of 4 kids, I was the only one to go in foster care.
I was couch surfing. I was the only person that I really had left that I hadn't used. I was at the point of taking my own life. It had almost gotten to that point.
Yeah, just it was rough at home, you know, basically.
My name is Jalen Bates. Today is my first day at Immerse. I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm at a regular home, you know. My goal is to go to culinary arts. I didn't ever think of myself doing it until I just said, man, I love cooking. And the next 15 years, I plan to have my own restaurant.
The plan is to sooner or later become a graphic design artist, but my whole plan in life is to basically do what my mom didn't, I guess. I want to one day be able to have a family, have kids, and be able to support them and keep them with me.
I got into Immerse when I was 9 months pregnant with my youngest daughter. And my mom was putting me out. She said I couldn't stay there anymore. My family advocate, because I'm a rape victim, my family advocate found the program for me. So it's really cool.
Half like that and put it in the pot.
That's a green bean?
We're using fresh green beans because they're healthier. when I read that they needed somebody to mentor a teen mom. That is what...
You know they run a background check on you?
I think I passed.
They totally wouldn't let you near me. You didn't pass. Then I told her I couldn't cook. And we've been doing this ever since. Every Monday. Big girl.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our special guest, Eric Gilmore. His lovely wife, Kara, is not with us. However, she's with us in spirit. And we want to encourage you to make a connection. You know, part of the purpose of Second Chance Youth Ranch TV, I'm just transparent as I can be, is to raise support for Second Chance Youth Ranch. And the way we can do that is by supporting other organizations. The principle is, given it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give unto your bosom. And the best thing you can ever do is whatever you make happen for others, God makes happen for you. So I'm just telling you straight up, we support organizations like Immerse, like The Call, like Project Zero, and we want to keep them out in the forefront so that you know how to get help in your time of need and your time of crisis. And Eric, you guys are doing a tremendous job. Y'all been doing this for how many years?
About 10 years.
About 10 years, and you're growing. I don't like to talk about need, but how can people plant a seed if they don't know what the need is? So if we could just narrow this whole show down, what is the greatest need you guys have right now, apart from COVID 1984, a little tongue-in-cheek? What's the greatest need that y'all are needing right now? Is it volunteers? Is it financial support? Because we always need more financial support. We're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
Summarize it real quick.
Yeah. If I can say two.
Yeah.
A big one, the people side is mentors.
Yes.
So it's just a relationship business, so
Can
to
you
speak.
break that down? What's a mentor? I just don't have much time.
Sure. It's a guide. If you just think about when you were in that, especially that 16 to 24 age range, how influential different people were in your life.
Yeah.
And most of the people that these young people have access to, they're influential, but it's not a positive or healing influence. So we need people that are going to love these young people unconditionally and walk with them for a long time.
Yeah. A mentor, how many, someone who's pretty busy but really cares.
Yeah.
Can they come down for an hour a day or an hour a week?
Yeah.
Or?
It starts with an hour a week, and then it usually grows from there.
Yeah, because they get infected.
Right.
It'll catch your heart.
Right.
It does.
Yeah.
And so the second thing that you're looking for.
So that center there on Asher, it's a big metal, it's a warehouse. And
how many square feet do you know?
It's 7,200 square feet.
Yeah, it's a nice building.
Yeah. And our goal, like I said earlier, we want young people to walk in and say, hey, these people thought about me before I got here.
Yeah.
So we want to be a space that communicates that we care about them, we love them. And right now it does that okay, but it's a warehouse. It's a warehouse space. And so we've got big goals to renovate it and to build it out. It's going to cost over $1 million. We've got about half of it committed right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big fundraising goal.
Okay, so you're going to renovate this building for $1 million. That didn't tell me anything.
Sure.
What are you going to provide with that $1 million? When they walk in, are you wanting to captivate them with something? What's the vision?
Yeah. So in there will be one of the things we're really excited about is a teaching kitchen.
Okay.
So a lot of young people, they need to learn how to cook.
Life skills.
Yeah, exactly. Healthy food.
So y'all want to put in a kitchen. You don't have any kitchen there now?
Right. We've got some of those Instapots that we're using. Yeah.
So let me talk to the audience here. There's people watching that have access to restaurant equipment. Restaurants right now going out of business due to COVID like crazy. You're looking for an organization where you can donate your restaurant equipment, your stoves, your 3-bowl sinks, all those ice machines, all those things. Y'all need all that.
Yeah.
And I know you're watching right now. I know you're watching because that's why God put us on TV, and that's why you're watching right now. This is an organization that you can help the community right there in the UALR area, Asher, Fair Park. Man, that's a sweet spot. And God's sweet spot is helping hurting kids.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys are doing. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing a kitchen right now, this big Vena hood, this big stove, young people in there learning how to cook,
Right.
learning how to clean, learning how to do a menu,
Right.
learning a good, healthy diet. Y'all doing all that? That's what y'all want to do?
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
we got the kitchen taken care of. Tell me what else.
Yeah. Then space for counseling and one-on-one coaching. So if you
Small
walk in there,
rooms.
if you walk in there right now, it's one big building,
Yeah.
one big space, and it's really hard to have a deep kind of therapeutic conversation in a setting like that.
When you guys were at the ranch, we didn't have a kitchen in what we called the saloon at the
Right,
time.
right.
But a friend of mine that knew me from 1988 preaching in Conroe, Texas, somehow was keeping up with me unbeknownst to me.
Wow.
And he called me. Well, actually, I called him, but he started sending some gifts. And then one day he said, I'm tired of hearing every month y'all need a kitchen, and sent $15,000, which was the lion's share of what we were needing to really get our kitchen in the saloon. So I know there's people watching. So you need some offices. That means you need some desk and some chairs. You probably need some walls, but you're going to need desk and chairs.
Right.
So all you folks out there with the office furniture, you guys, Immerse. Information right there somewhere on the screen. You need to get immersed in Immerse and make a difference in the lives of young people 14 to 24. We have 1 minute. I want you to look at that camera and tell people what they can do.
Yeah.
They can pray, they can give. What else can they do?
Yeah. I'd say the big thing is we're convinced that in the midst of COVID, in the midst of all that's going on, that God's heart for the fatherless has not changed, and His purposes and His plans. And we just want to continue to join in with Him. So whether that is praying or giving of your time, all those options are available on our website, immersearkansas.org. And it's a thing that it takes everybody to make it happen.
And if somehow you didn't get in on all that and you need more information, you can reach us right here at 2CYR.TV or 2CYR.org. You can email us. We'll respond as quickly as we can. Do you guys have a Facebook page, social media presence?
We do. Yep.
All right.
Facebook.com/ImmerseArkansas.
So we'll try to get that on the screen as well. So please contact us, and in the meanwhile, be praying for us at Second Chance Youth Ranch as we are continuing to grow and expand our outreach to hurting children right here in the state of Arkansas. Your gifts, your prayers, and your faithful support is changing the world one heart and one life at a time. God bless you. We'll see you next time right here at 2CYR-TV. God bless. Bye-bye.